What is up, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. Before we go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. Today's video is going to be about the mighty pump shotgun. Is it still sufficient for home defense in 2025? This actual video was inspired by Hitcock45, believe it or not. He has been a long-time advocate for pump shotguns. And in one of his latest videos, he stated that he's going to be switching over to semi-automatic shotgun, Beretta 1301 specifically. But I want to know what you guys thought about the pump shotgun. And this is my current home defense shotgun. This is going to be a Maverick 88. This is going to be 7-shot pump shotgun. And has a light on here. Has some buckshot and also has some slugs on the side saddle, but this is my main home defense nightstand gun. I do have other guns that I use as well, but the reason I chose the Maverick 88 is that it is highly reliable and it's very inexpensive. So if this has to go into the evidence locker, there won't be no issues being able to replace it. But let's talk about the pros and cons of a pump shotgun, and I guess I'll start with the nice stuff first. All right. So with a pump shotgun, it will feed any load for the most part. If it's a good shell that has good primer, it will feed birdshot, buckshot, slugs, waterfowl shot, lead shot, any type of pellets that you can put in it. This will actually shoot it because it's going to be manual arm and you control it. This is going to be like driving a stick, a 5-speed car. You control the action, so therefore it is going to be able to feed pretty much any type of ammo that you can think of. Any type of ammo that you can find, this Mossberg will actually feed it. Now if I want to do something like, let's say, mini shells, I can put the adapter in there, but I'm not really interested in mini shells. I want the maximum power. I didn't get a shotgun to have, the actual ballistics nerf, so no, I'll just do a 20 gauge rather than mess around with mini shells. Anywho, let's get to the next topic, and it's going to be maintenance. This doesn't have as many moving parts as, let's say, a gas-operated semi-automatic shotgun. So to maintain this is relatively easy. The takedown, it's not that hard at all, but it doesn't take a whole lot to maintain a pump shotgun. You don't have a gas system. You run your bore snake through here. Once a month I do it because I have it sitting in a stage spot and I want dust to get clogged in here, so I always clean that bore. But I take it apart, I would say maybe once or twice a year just to clean it because I like to clean my guns anyway. But there's less moving parts to deal with, so it's going to be much easier to maintain a pump shotgun versus a semi-automatic shotgun because you're not dealing with a gas system. Alright, now reliability. Now this could be a double-edged sword, and we're going to get into that next subject when it comes to the cons, but it is fairly reliable based on the user. I repeat, pump shotguns are very, very reliable based on the user, okay? So if you are trained and you can actually rack this slide without, short stroking it, it's going to be fairly reliable. You don't have to worry about, failures to feed unless you buy some terrible ammo or you have something that goes wrong with your extractor. But on a normal functioning shotgun, it's going to be pretty reliable. You're not going to have to worry about, hey, can I use bird shot? Will it feed this shot? It'll feed basically anything. I do have some stuff written down here because I like to try to stay on subject here. What did I put here? Easier. Okay, also aftermarket parts. This is like I said, a Mossberg Maverick 88, and finding aftermarket parts is pretty much a breeze. You can find foregrips, you can find lights, any type of light that you want. You can do side saddle, you can do cards, you can actually get you a plate where you can mount optics on here if you want. There are aftermarket parts for everything. I can switch this entire thing out stock. You name it, you can find aftermarket parts relatively easy for a Maverick 88. Alright, what else did I put here? Alright, I think that's all of the actual pros. Let's go into the cons. The number one con is going to be short stroking. So let's just talk about that con real quick. Alright, YouTube, let's see if we short stroke it. Get in the right stance. Flip forward. Rack it. Height. So far, so good. Gonna try one more load. Height. Sounds good to me. No short stroking. 2A up. All right, so short stroking is a thing that is predicated on training. If you do not rack the slide and you don't get it back in locked, it could not, go off, because you have to actually rack the slide with authority, just like this. Want to let YouTube know that the gun is safe, but you want to rack it like you're angry at the gun, like you're trying to break it. When you pull it back up, rack it with authority. Rack it as hard as you can, because if you short stroke it, this is what's going to happen. You're not going to get that in. You're going to put your finger on the trigger. Nothing's going to happen. And you don't want that to happen in a home invasion situation. So that is really the main, biggest negative, is short stroking. So you got to just basically put some force into it. Rack it hard. Pull it out like you're angry at it. Basically like you're fighting a gun. Like you're trying to pull it apart. So when you pull it in, you pull it in hard as you can. Make sure you get that in. Oh, just like that. All right, a limited capacity. That's going to be basically the same for most shotguns. This gun has a 7+1 capacity, and you get 7 in a 2 plus 1, so that's 8. That ghost loaded. I can probably get 9 out of it. But 7 rounds of double lock buckshot or any kind of buckshot is more than enough to get you out of basically any home defense situation. A lot of people say, well, times are different. Criminals come in packs. Well, guess what? Once a criminal sees what happens to their homeboy when they get hit with this right here, they're going to stop what they're doing. They're going to run. And if they want to fight it out, you're still going to have the advantage, because, again, reloading a shotgun, a lot of people say it's slow, but in my opinion, it's not. But that is going to be, I guess one of the, cons is that it is going to have a limit in capacity, 7. But in my opinion, that could be looked at in 2 ways, because if I have, again, 7 rounds of double lock buckshot per trigger pull, that's going to be, 8 to 9 pellets coming at you at one time. And you're talking about pellets about the size of, let's say, 38 Special 380 coming at you all at one time. That's a lot of lead. And that is one of the reasons I like shotguns, because I can get more lead down range quicker than any other weapon. All right, so again, a limited capacity, that is considered a con to some people, not me, because again, if you practice your reloads and you actually, hit what you're aiming at, it's not going to be a spray and pray anyway. I hope you're not planning on, spraying and praying in your home anyway. Having a 30-round magazine, not going to make you any safer if you're not sufficient with what you're using, so you got to practice. But let's not get too deep into that. Let's get into felt recoil. Now, pump shotguns are going to be more stout on recoil as compared to, let's say, a gas-operated. Let's say the 1301 has the blink system, and the recoil is significantly less than, let's say, a pump shotgun, because there's going to be direct blowback. So you don't have any gas operated, you don't have any roll delay or anything like that. It's just direct blowback, and it goes all into your shoulder. But if you practice and learn proper technique, you can mitigate it. And my favorite technique is going to be push-pull. And when I say push-pull, you're actually shooting a gun like you're trying to break it. You're pulling, and you're pushing the stock back into you. You're just trying to pull the gun apart. That's called the push-pull technique, and that will help you mitigate some of the recoil that you'll feel out there when you're actually shooting these. You'll also get, another con to that too, is go with the felt recoil, is that with more felt recoil, you're going to actually be slower on the follow-up shots. The semi-automatic shotgun is going to be significantly fast. I'm not going to say significantly faster, but faster than a pump shotgun when it comes to follow-up shots. And the reason being is that, for one thing, it's going to be semi-automatic. It runs itself. But more importantly, gas-operated shotguns are going to have less felt recoil, so that's going to give you the ability to have a quicker follow-up shot. All right, hope I didn't go too far off topic, but am I crazy for using a pump shotgun in 2025? Or should I switch over to something like this, a semi-automatic shotgun, like this Beretta A300? Should I do this, or am I crazy? But you guys let me know in the actual comment section what you guys would use. What do you guys think about pump shotguns in 2025? Should I continue going this route, or Should I use a AR-15 or a semi-automatic shotgun? You guys let me know in the comment section. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for these few minutes, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Like always, 2A up.